What's up, guys? Husto7 here with part 2 of how to get on YouTube and how to grow your channel, and even how to get partnership to make some money off of doing a hobby that you enjoy. So this is part 2. Check the video description for links to part 1 and part 3. It's a 3-part series that I put on. So part 2 is about how to specifically grow your channel, how to grow your audience. Once you're on YouTube, where do you go from there? So I'm going to talk about a few things. The first is that I kind of mentioned this in my first video, but the first one is to make sure that you have high quality videos. So that means spend some time, if you're using a Hauppauge, learn how to take the the black lines on the top of the box off. Learning how to have good frame rates, good resolutions. It's still, again, it's something that I'm even kind of new to. But I'm always trying to watch videos, I'm always trying to read tutorials and stay up to date on, just what are some of the best practices. And that's one of the best ways that you can have high quality videos, is if you just spend some time to learn, kind of how to make these videos look really professional. Learn how to do the voiceovers. I did a live stream when the Revolution map pack for Black Ops 2 came out, and I didn't have a voice on it, and I got lots of comments on it that said, how come you're not speaking? So I took that feedback and I added, the voice into my next live stream. I figured out how to get a headset hooked up and how to record my in-game audio and my headset audio, and that really helped. I got some comments in my next live stream saying that they appreciated, that I was able to integrate the voice. And honestly, with any video, I recommend doing some kind of voiceover. First off, if you don't know, you need to make sure that you read up on how copyright works with game companies and things. Because if you're uploading, even if they're just really awesome gameplays, sometimes if you're not adding a voiceover to it, you could be potentially guilty of copyright infringement. So, I'm not going to get into all the copyright infringement stuff right now, but I will say that make sure you know what you're doing in terms of copyright infringement. Make sure you know what you can upload, what you can't. Getting, community guideline strikes or copyright infringement, that's going to be probably one of the biggest red flags for your channel. And if you're trying to get partnership status, that is something that will, I'm going to go ahead and say, potentially hinder your chances of getting a partnership with YouTube or with anyone if you've got these community guideline strikes or copyright infringement. So make sure you know what's going on with copyright. That includes music, that includes anything that's going on YouTube. You got to make sure you understand how these things work. Spend some time learning it first before you upload the videos, because YouTube will take them down. I uploaded some Battlefield 3 videos, and they got pulled, and I was actually able to keep them, but I'm not able to, claim them because I was accused of copyright infringement. So just make sure you know what's going on with that in terms of growing your channel. The next thing is, even if your channel's small, I recommend that you sort of act like a big channel. If you look at my subscriber count, my view count, I'm by no means a big channel, but I still sort of play like a big channel. I put on live stream events. I do, I add people from Twitter followers onto my friends list. I try to integrate the members of the community as best I can, and that's just because when you act big, you give yourself room to grow. And I think that that's really important if you want to be one of the bigger commentators, you want to be one of the more watched players on YouTube. You've got to figure out a way to get your audience involved. So even if it, I have live streams and I invite maybe 1 or 2 subscribers, but that's just kind of a starting place. And if that's where I'm at right now, I'm going to take full advantage of that, and be excited to get these people in here. So set up a website, set up a Twitter, do whatever you can do to get your name out there. I recommend, I kind of made a challenging for myself here that my channel name is CC Computing, even though my gamer tag is Husto7. So that's even something too, is just having some consistency. If you're going to have a Facebook fan page or a Twitter handle, make sure anyway that you are communicating details about yourself, details about your channel, that these things are lining up. Consistency is really going to help as people are trying to figure out who you are. You'll want to make it as easy as possible for them to identify you in and out of game. You know, the other thing is I recommend not doing any type, when you're trying to grow your audience, any type of gimmick strategies. You know, I get messages all the time from people you know, asking if I can help them grow their channel or something. And honestly, that's great. I don't mind giving people shout outs. I don't mind, you know, retweeting things. You know, people like Wicked Shrapnel and other YouTube commentators have helped me grow my channel. But you know, I also on the flip side get just these messages that you know, sub for sub kind of stuff, and I never really spend a lot of time reading those. You know, don't I recommend not, you know, don't beg for it. You know, get recognized, do what you got to do to grow your audience, but don't just go on other people's you know, channels and leave comments and say, you know, hey, come check out mine, I also post Call of Duty gameplay. I sort of think of that as a bad practice in terms of growing your channel. You're not actually establishing a lot of credibility that your videos are good quality or worth watching. You're kind of actually just, you know, cannibalizing some comment space on someone else's video and hoping that you'll pick up one or two viewers. But I think what you want to try to get is long-term committed subscribers. So be involved with them, you know, get them in your games, respond to feedback, respond to your comments. I mean, welcome to the internet. A lot of times people are going to have negative things to say. I get a lot of negative comments on my videos, but you know, sometimes you gotta just you gotta take that well. But I try to listen to the comments on my videos, like the example I shared with my voice in the live streams. You know, listen to the people who are watching your videos. If they have recommendations for you, you know, listen to that, because they're the people who you want to entertain. They're the people who you want to keep coming back. If you've got a couple of really cool submitted subscribers, those are the people who are going to watch every one of your videos. They're the people who are going to stick around to the end. They're the people who are going to turn off their ad blockers to make sure that you get paid. So get a couple of subscribers, get some fans, and you know, do whatever you got to do to entertain these guys. That's pretty much what you're doing if you're creating these videos, is you're offering some entertainment for some of these fans. So go out of your way to respond to the feedback there. Another potential way you can grow your channel, again, I was mentioning kind of, you know, not using gimmicky strategies, and so there may be some mixed opinions about this, but I actually went ahead and made a standalone video on this. I actually have some gamer business cards. They have my Xbox Live ID, my Star Wars ID. They have other information, you know, a link to my YouTube channel, and these are cards that I ordered so that I could pass out at any just kind of gaming related events that I go to. You know, if I'm at a midnight release of a game, I can bring a couple of those and pass them out to some people. If you know, a regular subscriber to my channel, you may have seen that earlier in the year I went to a Call of Duty 2 midnight release for Call of Duty Black Ops 2. I went to the midnight release for that, and there was actually having a competition, which I ended up winning. And you know, while I was there, I was able to meet some people to give them some of my information, and some of those people are subscribed to my channel. I get them into some of my subscriber lobbies, so that's a great way to grow your channel as well. And like I said, I went ahead and made a standalone video on the service that I use, mygamer.info. So I recommend you checking that out if you're trying to grow your channel too. But networking is pretty much the best strategy for doing that. I network through social media, through Facebook, through Twitter, through my website, my blog, and anything I can do to, you know, bring in some consistency and bring in some subscribers. So that's kind of a rundown of how you can grow your channel. Make sure you stand out, make sure you know the rules when it comes to copyright, and make sure that you're you know, getting some good quality videos up. And I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and I'll have part 3 up for you shortly. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Like I mentioned, this is a 3-part mini-series, so part 1 is going to be on the left. If you haven't seen that yet, go ahead and check it out. That's starting out how to get on YouTube. And the conclusion of this mini-series is going to be on the right. That's part 3, how to go about getting partnership, how to go about developing your channel with partnership and getting your videos monetized. So complete the series, check out videos 1 and 3. Thanks a lot.